Hey, Bob here. It's Wednesday, the 17th of June, 2:30 in the afternoon. It's 94 degrees out today, and I'll be going in my pool in about an hour. However, before I do that, I thought I would finish this channel here. And the first thing I have to do, I've got the guitar routed for the purfling and for the binding. The route for the purfling is all done, including this hand-cut channel. But the route for the binding is done, including this hand chiseled and cut channel here. However, the route for the purfling has to be completed. And I'm going to draw a line right here because I need to chisel this away. All right, so this is my template. I just traced it. And I'm going to check my line to see how I like it. And it looks pretty good. It's really just for reference. So, in any event, I need to cut this on the line here. I'll use a sharp number 11 blade along with a French curve. And I'm going to do this in two parts. I'm going to keep this about 3/4 of an inch from this little circle, from that edge to here, somewhere around 3/4 of an inch, because I like the way the curve lines up with the back here. And I don't want to overcut it. In other words, if anything, I want to undercut it, because I can always make it a little wider. So what I'm going to do is lightly cut here from the center. A little bit more pressure each time. Okay. Now I'm going to flip my curve over and do the same from the other side. Lightly at first. It's fighting me a little bit here. Okay. Now I'm going to check my cut. With and without the light. Okay. So I've got a combination of chisels here. Going to start. Let's see how these are cutting. I just sharpened these. I'm going to cut a little bit. Lightly. Freehand. I'm going to continue with the chisel. This is a Two Cherries. I call it Two Cherries. They're made in Germany. This is a number 19. It's 2 millimeters wide. Go back to the knife, deepen the cut lightly. And back to the chisel. And do a little cleanup here. Back to the 2 millimeter chisel. And deepen this. Lightly. Back to the 2 millimeter chisel. Back to the number 11 X-Acto blade. Now, I can see pretty well with my left eye. However, with my right eye, it's all frosty and snowy looking. I can see it, but it's like bad reception on a TV. So what I've been doing is getting used to working with one eye. And I can tell you that it's not as good as when I had two good eyes. Don't mean to complain. So the reason that I can still get the results, and I better be careful because I'm not done doing this yet, but I'm not gonna start bragging or anything, but the reason I'm still capable of doing this is because I'm a perfectionist, and what I found is that my sense of perfectionism helps me get through this. In other words, even though my sight is not as good as it used to be, my sense of trying to achieve perfection, I still have that. That hasn't diminished. So what I lack in sight, I make up for in willpower. I'm almost there. And normally I would turn the guitar around here and work from the other side. But since my camera is set up, I'm going to stay with it the way it is. Okay, I'm going to back this with a card. And I'm going to hit this with a vac. Okay. Now you can see I've cut through the rosewood here, and that was actually intentional, because I want this a little bit lower here, just to make sure that it's in far enough. I'm looking at how much rosewood I have left, and it's pretty even here. I want to scrape the channel here a little bit, so I have a nice 45 degree, and I don't have a little bump in the corner. Okay, we're going to see how hold on a second. In a second, we're going to see how a dummy piece fits in there. I've got a little diamond file here, shaped like a tri-side, three-sided file. And I'm just going to flatten this out in here with the file. Same on the other side. And like I said, normally I would be turning the guitar around. In fact, I will after the video is done. I can do it much better from the other side here, but you get the idea. I'm so right-handed. A little bit more sanding here. Try the rubber backing. 150 grit sandpaper. Okay. Let's try a dummy piece of Purfling. It feels pretty good. I want to sand this a little bit more. You get the idea here. This, right now I'm fitting. I'm doing the final fitting. Yep. A little bit with the card. Card's a little stiffer. Tiny bit more. Gonna hit it with a little 120 here instead of 150. And actually, I think I'll get a flexible scraper. This guy right here. And on the other side is 150. So now some 150. Okay. What I'm trying to do at the moment is get a really good fit right here for the purfling. I don't want it to be overhanging its routed out channel. I want it to be right even with the channel or even slightly in from the channel, but I don't want it to be sticking out from the channel. I'm going to cut away just a little bit of this corner here. I'm down on the inside corner, just a hair. Scrape that of here. Going to do the same from the other side. Like I said, normally I would move the guitar around. It's a sharp chisel. I just want to kill that corner. That's enough. A little bit of vacuum. And what did I do with it? I put it way over off to the side. This is the flexible scraper. It's very hard. It gives me a nice hard backing for the sandpaper. Now I'll go to the card, the plastic card. It's also good. All three of these are good. The rubber, the plastic card, and the steel scraper. Okay. For the sake of a demonstration, I think I'm done enough for you to get the idea. That feels better. Feels good. Let's take a look at it with a binding coming in. So the binding, it won't fit in the slot yet because I got to widen it. I got to thin down the binding here a little bit. But overall, it looks great. Let's just work it in here. Yeah, it's looking good to me. So dry fitting the whole time. So this would conclude the routing of the Purfling. I did most of it yesterday, except for this little part here. And everywhere else it fits very well. And I go by feel. I don't really have to see it. I'm really just kind of feeling it with my fingertips. Want to make sure it's not sticking out too far this way. Okay? All right, that's all for now. Bob Desmond checking out. I may bend the Purflings today, but I really want to get in my pool. Here are the straight Purflings. You're only seeing a small portion, I realize. But these have to be bent and taped into position. After I bend them, as before, I'll tape them in position and leave it overnight. And that sort of sets all of the curves, you know, so that when I put them in, it doesn't take much effort to glue them in. Okay? Bob checking out. I hope you're all having a great Wednesday. And shortly I'm heading for the pool. So have a good day.